Come to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you so much for always liking, sharing, subscribing. Of course, telling your friends about what we do right here at Gusto TV. Yes, Big Lala, of course, in the building with the Chelsea jersey. Chelsea's playing today, and of course, I really hope that Brentford gets to win that match at Stamford Bridge. Hopefully,
Maybe bet.
I know they bet it.
Bet now.
Then they bet it. Anyways, Big Lala, welcome to the show today. It's supposed to be a very peaceful Saturday. Peaceful Saturday.
Like this past week has been hectic. It's even hard keeping up with everything.
Yeah, it's becoming a whole lot of basketballs at the moment, a lot of shots being fired, a lot of people, are at the mix of things. And Davido is at the center of it all. At the center of it all is Davido that was saying, right there, right now. Now, big shout out to Davido for, the World Cup, song. 2022 even performed it, and of course everyone was really excited about that one. I know Ife and the guys at Gusto did a reaction to it. Amazing feat by let's talk about that one first. How would you describe that achievement by Davido?
Well, it was a good how will I put it? It was something worthy of note. I mean, you would have thought. It's been a while. Nigerians have been involved in making World Cup songs. I know when it comes to African Nations Cup and things like that, you see our guys who are always in there, who are always in the mix. Davido himself performing live at the AFCON opening ceremony just 2 years ago. So in terms of all these sporting events, Davido performing, being involved, I mean, he's had a track record of doing that. I'm pretty sure when this opportunity came for him to be part of the World Cup song by FIFA, he would have been very happy to that it came his way. This just takes me back to when we saw him in Qatar. Perhaps that was when they were actually recording this song back then. So it's good, positive things for Davido. It's something he should be proud of. It's not a small feat. Even though some of the other artists you may feel, I think one day you never heard them before. But David being part of it is something that we Nigeria should be proud of.
Okay, so David finished that one. Everyone was excited about it, on Twitter, everyone. But Davido then came on to talk about, how the fans should please support their favorites in peace. Talking about the likes of WIZKID, about Burna Boy, because as at that time, Daddy BG supporting Davido for that one. Every neutral as well supporting Davido. But we know WIZKID FC at that point said, oh, you know what? It is just the FIFA World Cup. WIZKID has a Grammy that is set to win. Burna Boy also has been nominated and has won before. Let Davido leave the FIFA and thing and come back to music conversations, not sports conversations right now. And of course, Davido came out to respond to that one. And boom, just some hours ago, Davido actually implied something which is really getting the whole of Twitter agog right now. Everyone is talking. He says, me versus the industry. I like it. Simply implying that this win, this FIFA World Cup win, or the gig that he's gotten, the industry is not happy about it and they are not supporting him enough. What do you think about that one?
Well, I don't know why people are really, really stressed out or giving themselves a headache. First of all, it's not the first time David will come out and say things like this. That people are against him, but he doesn't give him. I remember when he was 9 years in the game, closing to 10 years in the game, and he was actually saying he doesn't get the respect he deserves. He feels that he's not being they're not paying him as much attention as they should. But the annoying part about that is he does get the respect he deserves. He does get hailed when he does good things. Just not long ago, the industry that he's complaining about came out, even though, okay, if I say I understand where he's coming from, I'll say yes, because it wasn't until he started pushing. How can David come out and say, oh, my birthday is coming, if you know you're my friend, 1 million naira each. And don't forget that only one person sent 1 million naira just by, I mean, everybody would have heard that David said, oh, everybody should send him one if you know you're his friend, Abby. Everybody heard. It wasn't until he started pushing and started mentioning names. And when he was mentioning those names, you know what now happened? People now saw, oh, this is what is trending right now. Maybe I can get some positive PR or branding. I send money to Davido, I get money. People started sending money to David until he sent 256 million naira. You see? So people are seeing the end result of that as, oh, David is well loved in the industry. People support him. People do this, people do that. But people did not remember that it wasn't, people did free-handedly. It was when people saw that, oh, it was a cool thing to send money to Davido that already had money. And they started sending money and they turned the whole thing to, let me even tap from this PR so that they will mark it as registered that yes. So if he is thinking that way, then of course he can think about that and be like, Mama, these people don't really love me, or they don't really mess with me like that. And it wasn't until I started pushing that these people sent money. But on the outside, it looks like the industry messes with him. And that messes with his head. He's come up before in interviews to say that people don't give him the respect he deserves. People think it's because of the money he has, is where he is today as an artist. People don't respect him as an artist. It's not the first time he's going to say it. So when he comes out and says things like this, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised one bit. But is it right? Is it wrong? Should he focus on things like that? I don't think so, because it had such a huge win, right? This is exactly the same thing a Burna Boy did literally some days back. It's exactly the same thing. You cannot force people to say, I mean, you are their one and only, and they mess with you all that. If they mess, let them do it naturally, right? The mistake a Davido and a Burna Boy they're making is their fan base. Their fan base are not pushing the right narratives, right? If you support your support in peace, support your support in peace, every other person would, they make so much noise. The way they make their noise, they compel others to be like, oh yeah, this guy really did well. You know how many times you scroll on Twitter without even following some of these people, and then their tweet just lands on you. What's FC Street is just hailing upon hailing upon hailing, hyping the most simplest of things that an artist does. The most basic of things that like WIZKID achieves, it gets blown out of proportion to the highest levels. You get what I mean? The most basic of things that if you okay, so you said you see them like okay, say Kenny, is it more than what these people are saying? But the way they hype it to the highest heavens, and that just makes people think, oh yes, this to the neutrals and to even the other fan base, and they get paid, which is fine. But the other fan base, I must say, I'm disappointed with the likes of 30BG and outsiders. They always want to paint. I mean, they always want to paint a different type of narrative. They always want to what's that word? They want to trip people into feeling a certain way. No, you can't trip the whole of the industry.
Don't you think that Davido himself is the one trying to guilt trip?
No,
now let me ask you. Now let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
I mean, there's been a whole lot, of back and forth, with David in the past couple of hours right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying, right here that you are sure that the industry really do not like, Davido, and if not for Zlatan's 1 million naira, they wouldn't have supported him? Are you saying that Davido himself coming out to talk about this over and over again is a good thing? Are you sure?
No, of course it's not. Of course not. It's not a good thing. I'm not in support of it. I'm like, do your thing and, I mean, get your bag, let your fan base. Well, okay, first of all, to address this thing, where did this thought come from? It didn't start from David. I mean, he said it before, but who started it? It's his fan base. His fan base who come and say, oh, if it was this person, people will be shouting, blah, 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 blah. The same thing for this FIFA World Cup song. Where did it start from? Some random nonsense Twitter follower. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody, none of the top artists are posting the videos. If it was this guy, that's where it started from. And these artists see these things and it gets to their head.
So why is Davido, like, if the fans are doing that, don't you think that Davido shouldn't have? I mean, I like the fact that he talked about the whole, oh, please support your faves in peace, and this goes to my fans as well. But a switch after that, you're going with your fans to paint the whole, the same narrative as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, is what
go to
I
Davido's page right now, and you go check his likes. There's a particular tweet, in his likes at this time that we're talking. I don't know if it's going to remove it, of a particular guy saying, oh, you can't hype Davido right now, but if it is the other guy, you would, you see people, the industry, twerking in his mentions and everything and all of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, what exactly is that about?
What do you mean? This is human behavior at display now. It's jealousy or it's envy. If you feel you're at a certain level and someone who is equally at the same level is achieving things, and every time he achieves the most, like I said before, the most basic of things.
Yeah.
Is everybody not twerking in it? Is everybody not saying boom, boom, oh, the biggest? Is everybody not doing that? Is everybody not...
For David?
Hold on. Is everybody not farmsing? Everybody is farmsing. So human nature, who is envious, who might say part of it is...
Do they farms David or not?
Of course they do. When it comes to some certain things, they do. I think they do.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to be faced. Of course they do, but not for the music, which that's what he's yearning for. He wants people to appreciate him, to say yes, he's done something good music-wise, right? He wants that. He doesn't want just his close circles. He wants the general music populace. He wants the respected people to come, not for raising money or for having so much money. That's not what he wants. He gets that on a daily, even from randoms, right? But what he wants is, oh, I've done something that is noteworthy music-wise. Why are people not twerking to me? Which is exactly what people are saying. And he sees all these things on social media. These artists see everything, whether you like it or not, they see it. If they don't see, even the Wiz that doesn't say a lot, he sees all of it. And it messes with their head. So this thought of, oh, the industry, and it came about from a fan saying it. And whether of course, you've seen the and liked, Burna Boy does the same thing and likes all these things. The only person who doesn't is, as well known, is Wiz. He doesn't, of course, he might see it, but he doesn't respond. And that's the power he holds. That's what makes him so special than any of these other guys these days, because when you see things like this, that he just lets his fans handle it. He does not particularly bring himself down to that level to respond. That's why till today, people like Burna Boy will do the same thing and he will get backlash. People like David will do the same and he's currently getting backlash. You get? So if only they can decide, oh, I'm the artist, and let my fans do the talking. Let me just be watching and doing my achievement.
Davido in 2021, late 2021, 2022, has had the Puma deal, of course, with WIZKID being the former ambassador. He got the Puma deal. He got the Mattel deal. He got Munchit. He got, the FIFA World Cup right now. He got, quite a whole lot, quite a whole lot. The cryptocurrency, the one expert, it was, he shut down the O2 Arena. That's for music as well. Yeah. I mean, quite a couple of other achievements that Davido has done. And you don't seem surprised that everything still doesn't seem like it's enough for David.
No, is it enough? Is enough for him? But are people acknowledging that it's good? It's something dope.
You don't think people are acknowledging it? Selling out
people. Of course, people did. But how many people came out? It's the same thing we're talking about. How many people did talk about it? But if anything, it should even be the least. It should be the least concerned about things like that, because a Burna Boy is doing massive things and the media is just like this. You get? At least David is partially getting. He's partially getting it. He can't say his problem is not the media. His problem is the industry. I say. That's what he wants the big players, the way they roll around on the floor for Wiz to roll around for him. But you can't force people to do like that. You can't force.
I'm being very careful not to bring too much of Wiz into this, because
what do you think it's about now? It's not about Wiz. It's about Wiz now. Okay, see the kind of noise that came out yesterday when Davido announced, even went to the draws and performed. There are chances that even at the kickoff of the World Cup in November, David might be there to perform this song because he's there, and that's huge, right?
Yeah, that's huge.
But wait till tomorrow. Let Wiz grab that Grammy. You will now compare the kind of noise that's exactly what he's complaining about, which I feel is nonsense, by the way. He should just do him and leave the rest. Let his fans do the talking. The industry themselves will know. The industry themselves will know. They will feel it in themselves that, maybe perhaps we are not. But again, if they don't like him like that, they don't like him like that.
Do you really think that this, this talk of the industry not supporting him enough, you think it's valid?
It's not support that he's looking for. He wants people to twerk for
validation, basically.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Validation from the industry. But the industry only validates one thing. What they validate is money. And it gets to him. He wants them to validate his music so bad. He's been complaining about this for years. This is not the first time. He wants people to validate. I mean, when he went gold with If and For. Of course, that period, it was everywhere. David was undoubtedly like almost even that period when If and For was winning, he was undoubtedly top of the game, right? He got. I'm pretty sure he would have been happy with the sort of validation he got back then. But since then, there's been Burna, there's been Wiz, and it's just overshadowing anything Davido is doing music-wise. Just as a human being, you're going to be, you would not like it now. So, it only takes some special type of human being, which I would say like a Wiz. I'm like, don't worry. But David likes this me against the world or me versus somebody. He thinks he gets the best. I was
going to talk about that. But yes, Big Lala, this is definitely not a discussion that we'd have to take just one time. Please guys, just stay with us. We'll be back for the part 2 of this particular one. There's a lot. There's Super in the mix as well. There's Burna Boy in the mix as well. There's a lot. In fact, more of WIZKID in this whole Davido versus the industry. What exactly does Davido want? The validation and all of that. Quite a lot of revelations in the next episode of Gusto Reactions. Yes, Big Lala is very much right here and he will be joining me in a little bit. Please stay with us and we'll be back.